welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello, Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. Become a member. There's lots of perks. WraithX ID TH domain name is down there, and the Steve Cannon photography photo. This is a one of three. One of them, we have two more of these. One will be sold in the next couple days, and then there will be one left. Anywho, we got a couple of things going on here. Okay, so somebody just asked me, speaking of OMI, because we'll start with OMI, saying only 70 billion left in reserve wallet and 101 billion OMI coins burnt. Is that correct? So I'm going to tell them, don't pay attention to the reserve or vault. Those are never going into circulation. And then I'll say, what was it? Only pay attention to what's in the circulating supply, which is 310 billion. More will be burned as time goes on. And I don't really have time to get into all that right now with him because it's just a YouTube comment. But speaking of OMI, we will go and talk. We are down about 2.5% on the day, so not a very good day for OMI. Only 951,000 in volume, so really not a very strong thing either. Again, you just had a big dump at, again, not a big one. Down about 4, like that took it down like about 4%. I don't know exactly how much of that was, that is a big candle though. I don't know how much volume that was, that particular one. It did not say. But that was a decent amount of volume that just kind of got dumped, took us down a little bit. But I have a sneaking suspicion that over the next couple weeks we will get another big leg up, and the big leg up will come from I can't really say. Has nothing really to do with Veve themselves, just other whales that are going to be accumulating. We have Lady Francis having a drink while watching you. Hey, meow 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 Randy. Okay, drinks all around. Drinks are very good. And let's compare OMI to the rest of the market, and then we'll go over some news today. We'll go over some other stuff. So let's see Bitcoin. Ooh, we got Crypto Dragon, Meta Dragon LLC. Welcome to Randonite. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Becoming a member means you are doing the best things. You are living life correctly. So shout out to you for doing that and becoming a member of the Real Randy Chavez channel. I think you could also go in and gift people memberships. I haven't tried that yet. I don't know how that works. Anyway, on the day, it seems like the market's relatively flat. Nothing up or down more than 1%, with the exception of XRP. Actually, nothing's up and down more than 0.4%, with the exception of XRP, which is up 1.7. The only thing really down is Dogecoin at 0.4. Everything else is, Solana's up 0.6%, but that's about it. So a relatively flat day, pretty much for most of the market, not just the top 10. So the fact that OMI is kind of that little bit of that outlier does make me seem that, I don't want to say manipulation. Maybe someone got liquidated, maybe someone just, I mean, and for all we know, yeah, it could be. Someone's like, hey, I'm going to go and dump a bunch over here, wait for it to fill, get rid of that order, wait for other people to pile on, and then go and buy on the way down. You have trading bots, you have people that do that all the time. This is very easy to do, especially for a token that has $1 million in volume, or less than that. It's going to be much harder for people to do that when we have 40, 50, 100 million in volume. Anyway, moving on here. A couple of announcements. I'm trying to think where I left off last night. Guys, I don't know what happened last night. I don't know how far I got into it, but I did not feel well. I literally part of the night I thought I was going to die. I was on the phone with someone before. They're like, Randy doesn't look good. I don't need to call 911 for him. I was fine. Anyway, wanted to go over some more of the top 500. As you all know, that not VMate, the new Veve analytic page that's being pushed out. Be advised, guys, it was out X amount of days ago. Then they kind of, put a stopper to it for a couple days, and then they kind of came out with like a vengeance again on yesterday or today, and guys, this is not an official Veve product. I don't think that Veve would like them using their name. I don't think this is approved. Trying to monetize Veve's data is not something I think Veve would approve. I'm pretty sure this thing is not going to last. But with that being said, we do get some more information. One of which is this guy Rizzo? Hold on, not Rizzo. Actually, I think that's the dude's name. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, it's Rizro, Risro, who doesn't have a ton of stuff, is in the top 500 wallets, has 1,293 collectibles and comics altogether, and this dude be having some stuff. And you don't really see it because they're not in like the top 100 wallets. The top 500 just, is a very broad thing. But this person happens to have more. It's either him or Bezos Man. Let's see who it was. I have some of the data. Hold on. Drop between this. About good mints. Oh my god. And also be advised, the data is very inaccurate when you go and say, oh, this person spent $500,000, but the vault value is only 250. Why is that? Because that person is buying a bunch of low mints or special mints or something that is not on the floor for whatever reason. So, that's why. Anywho, this person has... nope, not that. Rizro has 20 green secret rare Lambos, which is about $700. So let's say $14,000. $14,000 worth of green Lambos. He has 18 ultra rare Miles Moraleses. Also has 52 hoodie Miles Moraleses. I'm sorry, 54. And this is all just public data. A lot of times you can get this on Immutable X. It's just incomplete. And Bezos Man, again, who bought 2,500 collectibles last week, also bought another 300 collectibles in the last 24 hours. And Bezos Man doesn't seem to have a lot of duplicates. This is quite insane. Anywho, the type of people that are here are great. Let me see what I titled this video. I want to know what to talk about before I go get into the rest of the news. Randy. Okay, we have going over whales to do it. Okay, so I'll go over the whales. One of my whale guys has put in another 20-ish or $20,000. Now has 230 million OMI and is going to get more before the end of the year. And again, I have these guys I don't necessarily control or advise. This one whale that happens to talk to me goes and says, hey, you're going to see a bounce for OMI pretty soon. And okay, I guess that's what's going to happen. They didn't say because they're buying, but I don't think that person would have gone on and told me about that unless they were pretty sure it would happen. They wouldn't be able to go and use any of that. I mean, there's no inside info that they would have. It's just the inside info that they have is how much they're going to spend. Anyway, that's one of them. We have not a newer one, a new one that will get to 100 million at one point. I think he has like 60 or 70 million now. Slowly but surely going to buy in. He makes a decent amount, but he has extra each month, and everything extra this person has done for the last like 2 years has gone into OMI. So they're going to be very, very happy the next 6 months. And they'll get to 100 at some point. They're really ramping up other stuff. They're taking off one big debt, which is like several $1,000s a month that they can now put more into OMI. And most of it will go into OMI. So I'm very, very excited to see what they do. And then we have, okay, what Rhys said in Telegram today. So I'll go and do that. But first, if everyone could just smash that like button. That is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smashing the super thanks button. Okay, we know. Let's go to the rest of the news before we get to that. Ooh, where was I? A known fudder, looked at Kelly the Veve Fox's data yesterday and says, "Oh wow, we're down." So Veve Fox goes and responds, "Well, the active wallets and new wallets remain stable, which is good. The number of sellers are down while the number of buyers is up, which is actually really great. The number of transactions is down, so yes, less market activity, which is probably also due to less tokens overall minted on the drops, which is fine. You have somebody that has 171 NYX number 3s, which is absolutely bananas. Well into the 5 figures with that. And then you have Bitcoin LFG reporting breaking. U.S. court calls Bitcoin and Ethereum commodities. I think they have like 45 days before that Bitcoin ETF is finally approved. So at some point in October, hey, what a great kickoff to Q4. Everyone, I mean, you could assume, you could imagine that a bunch of people are going to be buying a bunch of Bitcoin anyway. You do have the normal fudders that would be like, oh, yes, Bitcoin will totally go down. We have to have max pain. We have to capitulate in order for it to go up. And I'm just saying this just so I can go and get in cheaper because I fudged up the last time. People saying like, oh, we're going to go back down to the previous lows at like 15K and go below that to 12,000, 9,000. I feel like there's so much people. Ethereum's like 500. I feel like there's so much people that have so much money, so much dry powder on the side, especially now that these ETFs are imminent. I just don't think there's that many paper hands. I don't think there's that many weak hands in here that are going to go and sell their bit, even if it does drop to 20K or 18K. So yeah, that's just my my thoughts here. Oh, there was not a rumor circulating that in Deadpool 3 you would see Ms. Marvel as Jean Grey, not Jean Grey, as Jubilee, and that's not it. She's just a fan. I forget her name. Iman. I forget her name, but the one that plays Ms. Marvel is actually a big super fan of Marvel in general. So this is just her at a con. I don't know if this was Dragon Con or not. I don't think it is by the background. But anyway, that was just a picture of her at a con. Moving on. We have somebody going on the Facebook saying, noticed a post for this Stan Lee had been up for 1 minute, negotiated with the seller and got it for an absolute bargain. It's the uncommon Stan Lee for 90 gems. Let's see if that was actually a bargain. Let's take a look, see. Yeah. Okay, so Stan Lee. Stan. Okay, the uncommon. Oh, okay, so it's $34 for the uncommon. This is okay, there's 28, so with something that's 2,800, there's 2,832 of these. So it's not like it's 600 mints or, 1,000 mints where there's only one. There are multiple, there are 1,833 mints that are 4-digit. Only 899 that are 3-digit, only 59 that are 2-digit. So this makes sense that these ones are a little bit more coveted. I would say maybe 150 for the sub 100. Let's take a look, see. You have a number 77 for 133, which is about what probably should be at, and that's it. There's number 90 for 199. So it goes from 133 to 199, number 65 for 200. Yeah, these are fairly scarce, but I don't know if that was a super crazy amazing deal. What was it? 90 bucks for sub 100, really not too bad. Considering the next cheapest option is number 77 at 133. So I guess that's pretty good. Anyway, it says, can't wait to sell this piece in the next bull run for a major profit, and I'm sure they can. I'm sure they'll be able to at least double, if not triple, or quadruple their money. C3. Somebody else had asked me about, hey Randy, C3PO Golden Moment sub 100, how much is a good price? And the floors at that was $150. There's 13,000 of those. So I was like, listen, in general, you should probably 10x the price of the floor. And for very popular characters, especially ones that have high mints, that like in the 5 figures, like I would say it's a 10x for something that's in the 4 figures. Like, again, we'll do that with Ant-Man. We'll do that with Queen Ramonda, which, by the way, that I think the Zojman or that one Rizro account has more Queen Ramondas than I do, and I have like 60 of those mother flappers. Anyway, when we take a look at, even the ones, let's say like the Peter Quills, the ones that have 4,200, not over 10,000, 4,200, the popular characters, the commons, the sub 100s are still 10x. So for this, where you have super high mints, where there's no difference between 7,348 and 11,247, there's no difference for 10,000 of those. Yeah, three-digit ones command a little bit of a premium, but the 2-digit ones, so much. So I was like, listen, the floor on these should be about 1,500 and maybe more, because when these came out, there were a lot of bots, and some of these might be in bot accounts. And I saw one for $999. Like, okay, I'm sure he's gonna get it, and he got it. He got it for $999. Says thank you, bought it. I just love Star Wars so much, I had to, and that's just one person. I mean, you get, I know probably 12, 1 to 2 dozen people that are super mega big Star Wars fans like that will spend thousands of dollars. Now, this person only spent 1,000, but I know people that have spent and will continue to spend thousands of dollars on mints that they really enjoy. It doesn't have to be sub 100. It could be the mint of their birth year. It could be the mint of the birth year of the character, wherever, special issues, like I think Clever Jerk having the 66 Vaders, like execute order 66, that is better than my Luke Skywalker's number 43s. The 501st, having those, just insane. Anywho, and there's only 59 2-digit ones. Like I was talking with another buddy of mine about Jason. My friend Jason won an auction for a number 44 Johnny Storm, and I was like, I think that's great. I think that would be worth, with that one, a rare. Normally with popular rare characters, the sub 100s would be about 6x the floor, but with that one that has like 15,000 mints, I was like, okay, instead of being 6x the floor, I think the sub 100 should be about 20x the floor. So instead of $6 at the floor, that should be about 120. Okay, and then a sub 50 should be about double that. It should be about $240, give or take. And it sold for $225. I was like, okay, that's about what it should sell for. But at the end of the day, you're talking about sub 100s, super scarce. Sub 50s, there are only 9 of them, and just anything sub 50 just adds an even additional premium to it. So, and what I mean by that is, like, at that point, there's really no formula, because at that point, it's whatever someone's willing to pay. And you can go and take a look at what some of the floors are and be like, okay, if this is a new floor, like there's only one of them, cool, take it or leave it. But if there's multiple things on the floor for like 800, like the Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, there's multiple out there for 800, and they have not been moving. Like, just because that's the floor, just because that's the cheapest you could get it for, doesn't mean that's what people are willing to spend. They're clearly not for that. So obviously the sub 50s had to be below that. I didn't think it'd be this low, but that's just what the going rate is. Anyway, moving on. Meow. Payout update. We have Alex G saying, payout is currently down for maintenance and optimizations. We anticipate return of service in the next 24 to 48 hours. Apologies for the inconvenience. That was at 12:48 p.m. today, so it's 9 hours ago. So 15 to 39 hours from now, it should be out. Okay, Rhys, here we go. So somebody was talking to Rhys and saying, so as the guy in charge of new exchanges, how come we haven't had one for years since you took that position? Any update on the horizon? And Rhys goes, listen, I don't know what makes you think I'm responsible for the exchanges, but regardless, it's not a topic that can be updated. Whatever new listings are available, we'll let you know. And happy Father's Day to anyone in the Southern Hemisphere today. Hope you're all having a great day with family and loved ones. And then Alan A responds, wait, weren't you responsible for the token? And he says, for sure, I've had a hand in shaping token utilities, and he's being very modest. He is one of the brains behind that in that think tank, working on it for quite a long time. Anyway, like, I've had a hand in shaping token utilities and plans and all that fun stuff with community's help and feedback, of course. So I'm incredibly excited to see it all coming to fruition as well. Definitely took longer than any of us expected to get the token integrated, but now that the OUP and MCP are all in one, it falls under the Veve product roadmap. So on that front, I guess Mitch and Nestor are responsible now for overseeing it, and the blockchain team for building out the functionality, as in he might not have that much control over it anymore, because it is a Veve product now. You do have the blockchain team. I don't think it's public where they are in the world. I don't even think it's public how many people they are. But it's a good team dedicated to the token, and because it's blockchain, and it'll be dedicated to the token, to listings and all that. But because it's not public who they are, can't really ask them questions. But it says, I guess Mitch and Nestor are now responsible for overseeing it, and the blockchain team for building out the functionality. But really, the whole team contributes to these things, so we all get to celebrate the wins when they come. And when they come, anyone's guess. And somebody asked about, to be honest, I feel like it's being, super delayed, and there's, people are, anyways, another footer. And Rhys says, agree, there aren't many tokens that have real sustained demand or users, barely any really, which is why literally everything goes down more than 90% in a bear market. Hopefully we see that start to change in the coming years as more apps make it to mainstream. Billions, okay. So we have Crypto Rover. This is more in the macro, but it definitely does affect Veve and OMI. Crypto Rover saying some doubt the impact of a spot Bitcoin ETF on its price. Let me clarify. It would lead to billions flowing into the market, and here's why. It's crucial to understand that an ETF offers significant tax advantages and the ability to borrow against it, meaning if you go and spend $50,000 on Dashi, you do not have access to that money anymore. Like, that's gone. It's in Dashi. You can't pull it out. But if you go and put in 50K into this ETF, you could borrow against it, same as like a house or any other type of collateral. Oh, let me borrow against it, and you could do that. Therefore, by buying Bitcoin, spot ETFs could become more appealing, especially for pension funds. Numerous institutions and baby boomers are keenly awaiting a streamlined regulatory pathway to capitalize on Bitcoin's upward price trajectory, and some have already had. And here's what happened when gold spot ETF, Spider, gold shares. That's where it started, and pyong! And then it went up there, and now it's down a little bit. That was in the year 2002, 2003. We kind of peaked in like that 2012 era. We went down a little bit in 2018, and we are up a little bit again now. Moving on. Momo Aloe says, finally got my most wanted NFT. Somebody bought a partner statue for $2,500. These, as people go and sell their stuff for more OMI, a lot of stuff like this happens. You do have good deals out there. Deals do be having good stuff. There was a post that Pro the Doge made, which, we're friends, and I hope he saw my comment here. I think he made a very big mistake yesterday, and I'll show you what he has. I'll show you what he posted. I'll show you my response. I'll show you what he retweeted, and then we'll go from there. Oh God, he posts a lot. There's a crypto, all means, buy NFTs. Okay, that guy. All right, come on, guy. So he retweeted this. It was Paul Gurjal saying, "If you think NFTs are dead, you're wrong." And he's talking about CryptoPunk's average selling price, and there's the chart, and then it just kind of went way up. So when he saw this, he goes and makes this extremely long post saying, definitely can't make this comparison. Again, this is Pro the Doge saying this, that crypto has had multiple bulls and bears. NFTs have literally only been around for one bull cycle. The chances NFTs hit another all-time high, in his opinion, are super slim. Ooh, my collectibles. Welcome to being a Randonite. Totally, so many perks. Oh, thank you so much. Saying happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, my collectibles. The Mr. Rogers of the community. Love you. I can't wait to go and squeeze you again. Are you coming to New York Comic-Con? Can't believe I wasn't a member yet. Let me know if you're coming to Comic-Con, because then I can squeeze you. If not, we might have to wait till Decon. And we'll get more on the Comic-Con thing in a second, or in a couple minutes. Again, we'll go and we'll talk about that, because they say they're not confirmed yet, but I'm gonna throw it out there and say that they've confirmed privately, most likely. I don't know. I guess we'll talk about it now. The same thing that happened last year, where they didn't announce that they were going to Comic-Con until 3 weeks out, and then with this earlier this year with San Diego Comic-Con, same thing. They didn't announce it until a few weeks out, and which kind of hecked people up. I didn't go because like, hey, I'm not going to go if Veve's not going. And then of course they went. But this time, listen, I know David and Dan will be in the area because Alex had said even though we're not confirmed to go to New York Comic Con yet, there'll still be other DGen stuff happening. There'll still be other things happening that the VV team will be a part of. I don't think I can say what that is yet, but they will be there. I don't know if they'll be at the con, but they will be in that area. So there's going to be other stuff, other VV related stuff, even if they're not at the con. But I have this sneaking suspicion that they are, like they've confirmed it. Again, I have zero proof of that, but it just seems like that's what they do. They just wait till the last minute before they tell everyone. But again, that's just my opinion. Don't go based on me. Don't go based on saying like, oh, Randy said that they're probably going, and for all I know, they might not. But it just seems to make poetic sense. Like, why would Marvel go without them? Like, we're like some of the only ones making Marvel money. Anywho, moving on here. Who's this? Are you going to? I don't know if I'm going to Decon. Definitely. So I definitely Dubai. But again, we'll get into that. I just want to go and get on this real quick. So again, from Slumdoge Millionaire going on and retweeting what I had just said, saying the chances of NFTs hitting another all-time high, he says, are super slim. He says even with blue chip NFTs, I feel like I need to get him on the podcast, or just because like the super small, short conversations we have, you can't really get a feel for. I feel like what I'm saying isn't getting across. His blue chip NFTs are known as Bored Apes, people screaming IP value, CryptoPunks. That's only worth something if people care enough to give it any value. Saying, I've seen apes on Walmart shirts. Who gives a heck? The value actually comes from people thinking it's cool to own one. As soon as that novelty is gone, everything is worthless. If anything, he bets the next crypto bull run, we see a whole new version of what we know NFTs to be. Some new technology, and that will be all the hype. He says it's much safer to invest in crypto than NFTs, my honest opinion, and yeah, I think if you invest in Bitcoin, that's obviously a lot safer than most NFTs. Safer. Not that it's going to get you the best ROI, just safer. It has a proven track record of 10 plus years. NFTs have only been around for a few years and have only had one real bull run. For what it's worth, the only NFTs I see actually holding value over time are CryptoPunks. Oh my god. The first ones ever created, the Bitcoin of NFTs. The Ethereum version of NFTs hasn't even been created yet. Just my 2 cents. So, of course, I had to go and say that I've seen people in general like that. I've seen this played before, replete with characters that make those same mistakes, but I'll go and share my thoughts here. I said, this reminds me of the scene where Qui-Gon Jinn is speaking to the head Gun, and Obi-Wan chimes in saying, you and the Naboo form a symbiont circle. What happens to one affects the other. You must understand this. End quote. When crypto went up, NFTs went up at a commensurate rate. When crypto went down, the same thing happened with NFTs. If you can't see the difference between a pixelated ape and the first appearance of Spider-Man, Batman, and Superman on the blockchain, the dark side is clouding your vision. What Veve Official has done with their Veve app in general has disrupted the collecting industry at large, not to mention the integration of their OMI token. No other crypto has ever been associated with a top 20 grossing app before, app obviously meaning NFTs. The big difference between JPEGs of things no one's ever heard of and a high-end 3D version of Mickey Mouse you can take pictures with in AR. Zuckerberg isn't spending $25 billion on the metaverse so he can lose money. These other companies that no one in traditional finance has ever heard of are raising hundreds of millions for land in the metaverse so that we have someplace fun to put our NFTs. NFTs are being made for AAA games and is the clear future of not only gaming, but life in general. Please look at this data differently. I'm really hoping he saw this because I think that he is importantly wrong here. That's just my opinion. With all that, totally love the dude. He supports the Grumpy Cat, as do I. So like I said, I like him. Anyway, speaking of Grumpy Cat, we're actually up 7.88% on the day again, really close to that $4 million market cap. Slowly but surely, it's getting there. Very excited for that. Anywho, moving on here. Successful Rizzo, yeah, Miles. Okay, that's a lot. Oh my God, that dude has 21 Nemos, 15 America Chavezes, and 87 Cogsworth in the mirror. That's that Rizlo guy, the Rizro that we were talking about before. We have, and it came out that there was somebody that paid 64,000 doll hairs for a No Time to Die James Bond movie ticket. The one of seven that we had, the first ever super, super scarce one that we had, a No Time to Die James Bond movie ticket. I remember when that came out, I think I offered like a couple million OMI for that ticket. And at the time, OMI was like 005. So it was like a $10,000, it was a 5-figure offer, and I couldn't get any. Nobody would deal. So when, this, somebody, clearly it wasn't something that anyone could go and that I could make a deal with, because somebody had paid 64,000, which is a lot more than I'd offered. Anywho, David Yu responds to Veve Digital Collectibles. Veve saying, it's Ronin versus Elektra for control of the Japanese underworld. I think that's just the first appearance of Clint Barton, and it is Elektra, but I think she is in charge of the hand at that point, and it's just Ronin versus the hand. There's a lot of people that have fought the hand before. Obviously, Ronin, you have Daredevil, you have Wolverine, Deadpool, there's a bunch of people. They've used the hand for many different things. Anyway, David Yu saying, she is back, as in, swordsman versus ninja, and it's Elektra, who's one of the heads of the hand. I don't know if she was resurrected at this time or not. Anyway, that seems to be it for the day. I got that done in 30 minutes, very nice. Let's see what we've got. Let's get the spread. Wes says, let's get the spread, very nice. Bill, and again, so Ask Me Anything doesn't have to be about Veve, but, okay. Here's what else I had to answer before. Decon, Veve might not go to Decon. They want to. It's just, it might not be in the cards. I will be, even if Veve does go to Decon, that is my birthday weekend, born on 15 December. That happens to be when Decon is. And I really would like to go and, hang out with everyone. It'd be a fun birthday present. But I am so tired. And my real life friends, I'm kind of missing their homie Chavez. And I may or may not need to go and appease some of the peeps that have been here for me for quite some time. I don't know. I will keep everyone posted. But on... I will be going to Dubai in January, when Rashid Al Farooq will be back on the podcast in the next couple weeks to announce the dates for that. He has invited Veve. I don't know if they're going to go or not, if they're going to accept. I think any excuse to go to Dubai, I feel like they would. That's a pretty big thing for them, I think, because you can get a lot of that. What was that song? Like, get the Arab money. You could have a whole slew of new whales coming in, and I think that could be, you can get 10 Bezojmans. I mean, Bezojman spent what, 300,000 to 500,000, speed running up his way to the top to be number one. It was his hat, Mr. Krabs. He was number one. And they gave him a nice. Well, I don't know if it was Veve that gave him the gold logo. He could have just bought a card that was unredeemed. Either way, that seems to be what's happening now. You spend a couple $100,000, they might give you a little bit of, they might give you a card. I don't know. Moving on. Where was I? Bill Gardner says, number 324 in top 500 wallets. Let's see if I can break 300 this week. Yo, Bill Gardner. Let's see where you at, girl. Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this night? Number 324. I keep losing rank. I have had... Where's Choppy Cat? I purchased 4 NFTs this last week, and I dropped another spot. So, rip in pasta. I do be dropping spots, though. I don't know... Alright, let's see what it was last week that we needed to be in the top 500. Wow. Last week, in order to get in the top 500, you had to have 1,217 collectibles. So 1,217 collectibles. And this week, you had to have 1,228. So you added 11 NFTs. A lot of these people have fallen a bunch of different spots. There's so many people that have gone on and just purchased so much. Like I said, if you go and you take a look at this, 8,529 NFTs just in the top 500 Wilds of Change Hands, 2,500 of which was by Bezoj Man. Absolutely bananas. And you said you're what number, Bill? Number 324. Let's see where you're at. You're still in the pink. Yep, B. Gardner. You added 2 collectibles last week, but to be in the top 300, my guy, you are 15, 18. Oh, you only need like 90, 80 something. Let's say like 90, and then you're good. Costs you less than a couple $100. So it's actually not bad. What is mine? I can't. I would love to go and continue to be. What are you at again? You're 320. You're 324. Okay, gotcha. I am 374. Next week, after one of these guys sells, I'll throw in a little bit and I'll make some purchases. I want a bunch of mighties, but some of those are a lot of money. Like Spidey 2099 is a lot of money. Like some special low mint ones are a lot, and you can. But if I buy a bunch of the small ones by the floor, anything super cheap, I would like. Anyway, I don't know if I would get anything crazy good. I do need to save for the new number 41 logo. The new gold and silver Veve logo will be handed out in about 5 weeks, and I'm going to need that number 41. So, anyhow, SoCal Omi Homie says, 3rd evening all and good luck. Oh, Bill Gardner, nice, very nice. Wait, what? You're not 327. Oh my God! Oh my God, amazing. A buddy of mine says that. That's so cool. Wow, they went up a lot. That's incredible. Okay, moving on here. Omar says, good evening. RPM 87 says, I'm almost a whale at 22 million OMI. You're getting there. Says, I could sell a partners. I really don't want to wait 20. Listen, you have a good amount of OMI. Will OMI outperform partners? Most likely, unless partners goes to $300,000, which anything's possible. We don't know. But you have an 8.5% sell fee with that. You have a cash out fee. I like OMI a little bit better. RPM 87 says, I could sell partners. Or don't really want to. Yep. Says, I love Randy. Aw, thanks, RPM 87. I love y'all too. RPM says, in Randy, we trust. Thank you. SoCal Omi Homie says, I'm not doing anything until DCon announcement. It's going to be impactful either way. I understand that. The DCon announcement, again, we still technically don't even know if Veve's going to be at New York Comic Con. Guys, I'm sure they're going to be there. They just haven't told us yet. But as of right now, no, we do not know who's going to be at Comic Con, if they are or not. I could have sworn they would be, but I guess there's a chance that they're not. Who knows? Somebody messaged me last night about gold and silver Veve logo. Oh my God, I just farted. Okay. Anyway, somebody messaged me about it last night. I went to go talk with them, but then I think they fell asleep. Tammy Hanna says, great job, Bill. What's up, Tammy? How's it going? Sandbox says, what's the new Veve analytic website? Be advised, that is not something that is going to be around for a while, most likely, just because, they're using the Veve name without permission. They are, I just don't, I'm not publicly endorsing that. We got Jason Pena saying, yo, we in here. What up, Jason? Crypto Dragon X Meta Dragon LLC. Thank you so much for becoming a Randonite. Veve Virgin saying, let's go. What's up, Virgin? Just calling you straight up virgin like that. What's up, Veve Virgin? Um, Darth Chaos says, hello there. General Darth Chaos. Abe says, Randy, Michigan, Chulo, give me a conservative price prediction on common Darth Vaders. Oh, me Chulo. Okay, all right. Common Darth Vaders. Okay. All right, let's do the Vader. And let's see what we got here. I just typed in Vader. There's a lot that came up. So you said, all right, common Darth Vaders. The floor with the sub 100s. All right, we'll do the floor. How many of these are there? There are almost 12,000 of these things. There are 11,887 of these. I guess they could double. They could go to $80. I mean, they're 40 gems now. I think they can go to 80. Well, how many of these are listed? It's only 73 listed, so this could actually go up fairly quickly. Okay, so what would I say? Is there about 40 gems? And I would say a sub 100 should be about 400, and you can get number 91 for $399.99. And the next cheapest one after that is number 60 for 1,200. If I had more OMI than I already have, if I continuously had a lot of money coming in, I would go and get that, because that's about what it should be. I do think the floor at least doubles in the next bull market, if not goes higher. Because again, like the Emperor's Fist, which is the ultra rare already is 410, and those are 6,000, 5,887. So there's a decent amount of those ultra. So I would say, I don't know, 1,600 for the sub 100s for these. Nope, that is not even close to where we are. The cheapest that you can get a sub 100 ultra rare Vader, because he's the only one that's animated, is $4,500. Jesus, man. That's the cheapest you can get him for. Now, obviously nobody's buying it, but if you wanted one, I mean, that's 100x the price of where so I think either the sub 100s are grossly overvalued, which they may or may not be. I don't know. There's only 59 animated Darth Vaders. There's only 59 of those. This is actually really good. hold on. Yeah. Because there's a buddy of mine that's going to have a little bit of money in the next X amount of weeks. And I shouldn't tell you guys this. Obviously, Luke Skywalker is not nearly as popular as Darth Vader, but he is very popular. The only animated Luke Skywalker, sub 100s are not even 10x the floor. They're like 5x the floor. Where the Darth Vaders, the animated ones of him, are 100x the floor. Oh my god. That is... No, I'm sorry. They're 10x the floor. I'm an idiot. They are 10x the floor. My mistake. Which does seem like a lot. I would say for the Vader side, if it's 10x the floor, ultra rare, either the price of the sub 100s have to come down to match, which they might a little bit, or, all right, say 4,500. Let's say, what's that divided by? Let's say 1125. I think the price of the Ultra Vader could go up to 1125. Like, it could almost triple. And that's if it keeps in line with what the floor is right now for the sub 100s, and that might go up. But you were asking about the commons. So the commons, well, let's see what the uncommons are. Uncommons are 33. The uncommons are less popular than the common, even though there are thousands less of them. So let's take a look. And this is all part of my process. Okay, so 10x the floor on that. It's 30x the floor for a sub 100, because 10x would be 300. Yeah, so for a sub 100, For a uncommon, it's 30x the floor. Now again, we're going to go to the commons here. Commons are $40. Yeah. If the common Darth Vader, that number 91, gets bought up, suddenly the floor of the sub 100s are $1,200. In which case, I think these could actually go to 120, the commons. So they could actually triple in the next bull market. So that's where I was there. So Abe, I hope that helped you out. Tally Boy says, oh my god, you sound exactly like... yeah, I think I do pretty good impressions. Bogar says, previous lows would be great so I can buy it up. Ugh. I don't know what the previous... I mean, I just don't believe that would happen. Hold on. I did speak. Yep. Yep. Yeah, guys, if you ever go and sign up with what everybody's talking about now, do not use any passwords associated with your email or account on Veve. If you do, access from private browser. Yeah. Don't risk anything. Do not, like, I don't trust that site. Anywho, moving on. Where was I? Kathy Clatch says, do we have to attend the live events in order to get the airdrops if you have a goal? So people keep saying airdrops. They're not exactly airdrops. They go and they give you a redemption code, and then you put in the redemption code into your Veve app, and then they airdrop it. So I guess they are airdrops, but yes, you have to go to the events. You have to get the cards that are there, and be advised, you could go and buy one off the market right now, a gold and silver logo, and you could have bought one where they had redeemed the Frankenfat last year, where they had redeemed the new what's that called? The Frankenfat last year, or they had redeemed the new ones this year. So you could buy one, go to an event this year, and be like, oh hey, you can't get any of those. Now you'll get a new gold and silver logo because that's what they're doing, but yeah, some of the other ones you kind of have to, pick your fancy, pick and choose. But yes, you do have to go to the events. Winter Bear says yo 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 yo. All right, 4 yos. Veve Avatar says, what's up, Randy? Do you think Veve will be at DesignerCon December? I don't know. That is really close to the holidays. I think Veve generally does like to take like last week in December, first week in January, or first couple weeks in January, like kind of, get themselves together, and then they'll go pretty hard once mid-January comes. But I don't know if they'll be there or not. Les has bought Amazing Spider-Man 1 and Fantastic Four 1 secret rares today. Dude, congrats. Those are really good. Those are very good. You're gonna be happy in both. My Collectible says, hi Randy, happy Sunday. How's it going, MC? Welcome to Randonite. Can't believe you wasn't a member yet. I can't believe that either, but I'm glad you are. Metasquirt says, whale. Hi Metasquirt. JKRB says, we really call ourselves Randonite. Really? We call ourselves, yeah, you do. Minty Burns says, where is Decon Anaheim again? It's in Anaheim. I don't know the exact location of it. I'd have to check, but it's in Anaheim. Zeno says, near Comic-Con, which days are you planning to go on? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But be advised, if Veve is not at New York Comic-Con, I don't know if I'll actually go. Like, I might go one day. It depends if people are going to be there, and yeah, I'll go to the con, go to the Marvel booth, and Veve should be there. But if the Veve team is not there, I'll go for one day to show people around, and talk and do all that jazz. But it's if Veve goes there, I'll go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, because there is a lot to do there. Like, there's the reason why I wouldn't go every day if Veve wasn't there is not because the con's not great. The con is definitely great, but a lot of people are coming in, yes, for Veve stuff, but also because I have a lot of other events, and I just don't. I just wouldn't have time to go and spend all day at the con while I could be doing these other things that are happening if Veve wasn't there. Now, obviously, if Veve's there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday I might. Sunday I really just use as a recovery day because there's dinners and after parties and all that. And by Sunday I'm just done. I'm not 20 anymore. Get a little older. But yeah, if they don't go, I'll still go for at least one of the days, maybe two. I'll keep you all posted. Ryan Merrick says, "Hey fam, had my trust wallet compromised through a Feesh link from inside my trust wallet. Oh, lost nearly 25 million. Well, I will tell everyone, guys, do not ever connect your trust wallet to anything. Don't connect it to MetaMask. Don't even have it on a device that's going to be on Wi-Fi. That's how anal I am. Yeah, don't ever do that. I don't ever click anything. Just maybe have it eventually use it to send to an exchange, but that's it. So Ryan, unfortunately, had his trust wallet compromised. Lost 25 million OMI, which is unfortunately god-awful. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do at that point. I've never had any of my trust wallets compromised. I don't know. Maybe you had to hire a blockchain expert to see where it went, and you could track to see, okay, well, it's in this wallet, now it's at this wallet, and then, if you could track the IPs, find them, and then what you want to do after that is your business. Yeah. Bill Gardner says, I bought 20 today, gonna buy a bunch more. Oh, good stuff, Man, I guess I gotta buy more too. Bill Gardner says, last week was Blah week for me. I feel you. Mindy Burns says, what are you going to buy, Bill Gardner? What are you going to buy? What are you doing? What are you going to buy? What looks good? There's a bunch of stuff that looks good. I would buy... I have 72 sets. I feel like I have a decent amount of sets. I'd love to buy another logo, but it's so much. For one logo, I could literally buy 1,000 other things. Well, maybe not that much. 1,000, 2. Oh yeah. I buy 1,000 other things. And really get myself up there in the top 500 collectibles. But I'll keep you all posted. Bill Garner says, bought Predator Secret Rare Target Acquired. Also bought more Spider-Man Noir, Penny, and more TTA. Okay, so also we should talk about the drop today. It did not do well at all. Predator, okay, let's see, out of the 897, 653, so that is 244. Okay, so 244, and then we add on 887, 240, oh, 97, 250, so 244, 250, okay, so that's the 494, Dr. Ripstadwell, 597, so this is 170, so plus 169, 663, this is not good at all, 597, 471, right, plus 171, we have 834 that have been sold, and then this last one, 597, so it's 170 again, okay, plus 170, we made $30,000 today. Which is fine. I'll take it. I'll take Veve grossing $30,000, but yeah, not a lot of these sold. I don't even know if did half of them sell. No. It's just posters. Predator is an amazing license, and amazing movies. I love the crap out of those. We even had a new Predator movie recently. I think it was called Prey. Love that movie. Seen it 2 or 3 times. It's just the posters currently don't do that well. They will. They'll start to do good in the future, especially when we're able to use it in the Veveverse. But right now, just didn't do that well. JKRB says, I think MCP utility is better than logo utility. Well, currently, technically, there is no MCP utility, um, but there will be, and yeah, I think you'll be able to use MCP for a lot more, like everyday things. Like it's so depending on your goals. If you're not someone that really likes to travel, or if you don't really do well with crowds, or you have no ambitions of like networking or building a business or anything, or let's say drinking's not your thing. Some people just don't like loud places and music, and it's just like, oh, you mean I have to be in a crowded place where everyone's talking, everyone's drunk, and everyone's expecting me to drink, and they're doing all that? Like that could be a nightmare to some people, especially if you're pretty introverted. Um, and it's only something that you can use, a couple times a year. Whereas MCP utility, which AKRB is talking about, that stuff you're going to be able to use every day. Now, currently, there's not going to be anything that you could use it on. It'll be waitlist tickets, but then it'll be stuff in the Veveverse. That'll be other stuff on the app. So, yeah, you're going to have a lot of really cool things with it. And eventually, many people will say the MCP utility is better suited to them than the logo utility. So to each their own, but for me, make damn sure I have 2 of those logos. I might get a 3rd. Keep you posted. Bill Gardner says, also bought more MC1 Common. Need to start stacking those. Get that bread. Godzilla Goo says, a fish link from inside the wallet. I'm sure Ryan had to go and click something on it, like connect to his MetaMask or something. Like there's no way it just popped up inside the wallet unless it can do that. I don't know. I never use mine, so, it's fine. Fax from Felix says, can I have 1 million OMI? You can buy it. You can buy 1 million OMI. Wonton Mon says, what rarity did you get on Tinkerbell? I did not get the Tinkerbell. When I heard that we were getting, Tinkerbell on like the Peter Pan series, I thought we would get Peter Pan. And I know that Tinkerbell is very, very well loved throughout the entire world. But I just, we've done the thing with one collectible in multiple different poses, and I just wasn't. There are better things for me to spend $40 on. I'm not gonna craft my pencils, so I wasn't worried about getting a pencil. Anyway, super chat from my collectibles saying, show some love and appreciation for Randy. Oh, thank you so much, my collectibles. I love you. I'm just saying peace, man. Oh, peace. Yeah, I love you, bro. I was talking with a friend today, and my friend even says, Randy, I'm not going to blow smoke up your butt, but, Veve wouldn't be where it is today without a bunch of y'all YouTubers. And I think My Collectibles, are also very instrumental in building the brand. And, Alex goes on your show all the time to go and talk and like drop announcements on there. People, even if people didn't like My Collectibles, which I don't know how you could not, My Collectibles is such an amazing, fun person, super, super happy all the time. Like, it's hard to be in a bad mood around him. Even if you don't like him for all the reasons that I gave, go to his show for the Alpha. Alex comes on there every now and then and drops that Alpha. They announce it on his channel before they announce it on Twitter, so you can go and use that to get the news first. A lot of reasons. So again, and Alex wouldn't go on your show unless you were just a good person that people really liked and respected in the community. So, and it's not just me and you. There's obviously so many other people out there that do. Foster does great work. Once a year, Mark Hunt makes a video, and he gets lots of great Sleep in Comics. We love him. We love all of these people that are positive. I don't want to say just positive. People that do well, that go and talk about the news and because not everyone has Twitter. Very few people have Discord. I guess some have Facebook. And some things from Twitter do get shared on all these other places. But this is how some people get their news. This is how people stay informed. So people that are going and saying, hey, here's the news, and here's what it means, and here's what we could see. There's a lot of people to really thank. And even just some people go for fun. Like Chad from NFT Pirates always has fun conversations. One of my favorite podcasts was Chad came on for 3 hours. Veve Magic came on for 3 hours. Veve Magic has a bunch of great stuff as well. Comics and crypto, Foster Hill, all the good jingles. Anyway, where was I? We have Commas and Zero says, what's the OMI news? So the OMI news right now is just that other whales, one of my whales just got another 20 million OMI today. I have another person that I know that represents a pod of whales that will go very, very hard in the next, it might be the next couple weeks. You might see a big move on OMI this month. And it might have nothing to do with any Veve announcements. It might just have to do with whales deciding, hey, it's time. It's a good accumulation zone. We see this Bitcoin ETF is going to be approved within 45 days. And when that happens, you see a lot of money going into crypto. Obviously, it's going to go to Bitcoin and Ethereum first, and then it'll roll into the to the other altcoins. But there'll be some very happy people. JL says, are you buying the Avengers Tower, Randy? I already have an Avengers Tower. I've had that since before they burned some. There's hype about it with the Veveverse. There is. I don't, I guess the Avengers Tower looks really cool in the Veveverse. I haven't seen any pictures, but I have had people go and talk about it. And they say, and it like did a pump. It went up to like $100 at one point. It's down now. It's down to 77, but I got mine at, what did I get mine at? 50? I think I just paid 50 for mine. I paid 43 for mine, and even though the price is 77, once somebody buys it, somebody just bought it. Now it's 91. So that's great. You know, somebody just bought one for 77. It's 91 now, so it's very, very good. And be advised that with these, 689 of them were burned. You know, so there's 2,200 over in the circulating supply. And as far as the other Avengers stuff goes, having the Marvel's Avengers secret rare poster, I think is really cool. I like that. Do you like it like that? I like it like that. Stan says, please explain Apple's relationship with Disney for the Apple Vision Pro. All right. Am I Chucky in that episode of Rugrats? Because I'll try. All right. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, gotta charge that phone. We gotta move over here. All right, so Apple's relationship with Disney for the Apple Vision Pro. They talk just because Veve's on the Apple Store. I don't think it really goes beyond that. I don't think their relationship goes beyond the Apple Store, and they talk about that and fees and things. And because we're on the store, we should be on their Apple Vision Pro. David even mentioned that. I don't know that they actually have a. I don't know that they actually have a. Again, some people were speculating that we could get Veve on the Apple keynote, and that never happened. So I don't actually think there's anything crazy going on. But the Apple Vision Pro will need content. And what better way to go and see the partner stats or anything in AR and VR than Veve? So Veve, the Veveverse will definitely be on there at some point. I don't know the ins and outs of the Apple Veve relationship, but I could imagine it's at least enough for that. Safe to say that Disney inventory on Veve will skyrocket when the Apple Vision Pro drops with utility? Well, I don't think it would drop with utility. Disney has a rule where they don't, if they're going to have something have utility, they have to announce it beforehand. So everything that, that has already come, it's already come. Like the utility is already there. And it could have been used already, like stuff with the Golden Moments, partner statue, that utility is already done. So I don't think we get any additional utility on old ones, but when people do go and say, oh, hey, Apple Vision Pro, I could use, yes, people are going to buy some Disney stuff. That's going to happen anyway as people get on. So yeah. And the Veveverse gives you lobby access in the Avengers Tower. I have heard no such things, but the Veveverse gives you lobby access in the Avengers Tower. Do you mean that the Avengers Tower gives you access to something in the Veveverse? Because you should be able to just see the Avengers Tower. I've never used it in the showroom or in anything. I don't know. I mean, I guess it would make sense. Oh, why is the Avengers Tower going up? Yeah, I guess that would make sense. And it's not just going up. Again, I bought it at $43. Oh, yeah, it's up $10 to $53. Oh, not bad. No, it's more than double in where I bought it at. So yeah, good stuff. A business. What's up, Wingman? Yo, what's up, a business? Wingman, haven't heard that in a while. Wonton Man says, I've been to both Veve events last year. What do you think Veve could do to improve their live events? Um, well, at the cons, like they're not really allowed to do anything outside of Marvel stuff. Like they're not allowed to do anything really with the logos or with other stuff. So I think like having a Veve specific event would be very cool, but again, you have to put so much time and effort, so much money into that. It really is much easier just ride on the coattails of Marvel or do whatever. So, you know, um, but yeah, I think being able to do more Veve stuff, Veve IP related stuff would be better. Would be cool. All right, Merrick says at Godzilla Goo, yes, the NFT portion of the Trust Wallet can get spammed. I was attempting to delete it and clicked on it. I don't. So obviously, don't even go to the NFT portion of Trust Wallet, like ever. Keep them on a separate thing. Sandbox says, which Marvel Mighties is the best to stack? I mean, that's a little question. Um, so I stack my favorites. The one that I have the most of is Lady Deadpool. Um, I have 71 of her. I love her. In fact, let me show y'all my ladies of the pool, not ladies of the night. That would be inappropriate. The ladies of the pool. Now, I did stack a very large amount of sub 100s of her because I feel like sub 100s on her matter. I actually have 76 of her. But let's show you what I have. How many sub 100? I have number 89. So there's one. I'm gonna have to scroll a while for the rest of them. All right, I have number 71, which is two. So I have number 71 of her. And any other cool mints, I'll show you all as well. Number 59, so that's three. Ooh, and number 74, so I have four. I have four of her. I think I have like 9 or 10. Or maybe I don't. Oh, I have number 49, which is 5. So I have number 49, so I have 5 sub 100s of her. And I have 4004, so that's pretty fun. And the 49 is a sub 50, so I think that's really, really good. So again, it seems like I only have 5 of her sub 100s. I thought I had more. I'm still scrolling, by the way. So currently 5 of the 71 of her, 70 something of her are sub 100s. I'm sure I have a three digit. Okay, I have number. Oh, here we go. 94, 92, and 82. So that's 8. I have 8 of the 59 sub 100s, which is great. I have 8 of them. I have number 67 and number 99. So I have 10. I have, count them, 10 of the sub 100s of her. So it's 10. So I have 10 sub 100s of her, and she's 547 on the. So let's say like $5.50. I think like $110 for a sub 100 is probably fair, but there are just no sub 100s of her. I would buy one, but there's just no sub 100s. And speaking of which, there's not a lot of 3-digit as well, and the cheapest 3-digit is number 369 for $15. That's the cheapest 3-digit. You know what? I'm buying it. I'm buying it. Why did I buy it? One, because I'm stupid, but also because that's not 369. Damn, she fine. Suck it to me one more time. Get low, get to the windows, to the wall. This way, drop down my. I'm sorry. So not that she's good to stack. I Marvel Mighties in general might not be good to stack. Like there's a bunch of people saying that we might, they might be gamified, which they very well could be gamified, but I'm assuming that they're not. I always like to be conservative, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. And with the gamification, even if there's no gamification of any of these Marvel Mighties, let's say all you can do is maybe they move a little, like whatever. So assuming there's no gamification, the best ones, which I think the most collectible, the Avengers ones. You know, you have Captain America there. You have all versions of Captain America, but first appearance Captain America, Steve Rogers was great. And then you have first appearance of all the Fantastic Four. You have first appearance of Doctor Doom, of Red Skull, of Green Goblin, of Lady Deadpool, of Spider Gwen, and some of these have well over 10,000 mints. So Spider Gwen sub 100s are super important. For Doctor Doom, which only has like 5,000, maybe his sub 100s aren't as important because there's not 15,000 of him. Something's fairly low. Um, the Eternals, if it's the only thing that could save the Eternals price points is if it's gamified, because nobody likes the Eternals. I have all of the Eternals. I even have a couple of sub 100 Eternals, but I don't know anyone that's like, oh, yo, the Eternals, those Mighties are like the best. And the comic books of the Eternals are really heckin' good. Cersei literally boinks Iron Man because, who can resist his boyish good looks and his sartorial charm that he has? Anyway, the ones that are super collectible, I think, are the sub 100 Fantastic Fours, the sub 100 Captain America, sub 100 Spider Gwen. So Lady Deadpool is a very cult character. Deadpool in general is a cult character. Gained popular now the last 10 years because of movies and all that, but before the Mighties, I don't think very few people on Veve knew. They might not have even known Deadpool. They might have heard of him. They didn't know his name was Wade Wilson. They definitely wouldn't know her name was Wanda Wilson. Um, they wouldn't know the Deadpool core, which in general the Deadpool core consists of Deadpool. Lady Deadpool is known as Wanda. There's Kidpool, there's Dogpool, and Headpool. Now we have 3 of the 5 Deadpool core. We have Dogpool, Lady Deadpool, and Deadpool. Now we do not have Headpool, which is just a head. Now Headpool, I think, was kind of replaced by a Zombie Pool, which we'll probably see in the Deadpool 3. And Kidpool was replaced by Howard the Duckpool, I guess, which is fine. And then we have the X-Men Deadpool, which is also fine. It's just him with the X-Men shirt on, because he was in the X-Men, he's in X-Force, he's been everywhere. Um, but again, just because I'm stacking it doesn't mean it's good. I just really like Wanda Wilson. She's pretty much the same as Wade Wilson, just with a slightly tighter grasp on reality. I made that up. I didn't make that up. That was a line from Gilmore Girls where Luke is telling Jess about Rory. He's like, Rory's pretty much the same as Lorelai, just with a tighter grasp on reality. Anyway, slightly tighter grasp on reality. Some of the other newer good ones I like. Again, take a look at what other people have. Other people like me have. I'll show you. And again, Wanda's great, but she has 15,000 mints. I'll show you. I'm sorry. She only has 13,000 mints. What was I thinking? That's a lot. And she's not as popular as someone like, let's say Ant-Man. Ant-Man is an Avenger, only 4,200 mints. So let's say if Wanda was only half as popular as Ant-Man, and if Wanda only had 8,400 mints as opposed to 13,000, then it would make sense that Scott Lang would be double the price. Or no, I'm sorry. Even if Wanda had 4,200 mints, I'm sorry. You take away 9,000 mints away from Wanda, and if she was only half as popular as Scott Lang, Ant-Man, then him at 1129 makes sense. But she is nowhere near as popular as Ant-Man. Again, Ant-Man's an Avenger. I guarantee you most people on here before Veve had never heard of Wanda Wilson. And she has that many more mints. and Ant-Man is only 11.29. Ant-Man is probably one of the best that you can stack right now. It's like, well, Chavez, Ant-Man's great for 11.29, but what about Captain America? He's the first Avenger. He's got a bunch of different movies. Everyone knows and loves him, and he's only $15. You only have to pay like an extra 40%. Listen, I get that, but there's 28,000 of that mother flapper. That's 7x the amount of mints that Ant-Man has. So I think Ant-Man is very, very good to stack. Hope Van Dyne is an uncommon, but she has the same amount of mints, 4,200. 4,200, and you want to know what? She's 6 doll hairs. She's also been in several different movies. She's also an Avenger. She's literally on the cover of Avengers #1. Now, granted, at the time that was Jan Van Dyne, not Hope Van Dyne. Hope Van Dyne's a daughter, but and I have 35 of her, and out of the 35 of her, I have another 10 sub 100s. Shoot, I have 91 and 83. That's 2. 94. That's 3. 49. That's 4. 68 is 5. 73, 79 is 7. 78 is 8. 44 is 9. 93 is 10. Mm-hmm. So I have a very good amount of her. But my favorite is, I think, the future of the Avengers, Cassie Lang. She's smart, engineer like her father. She's very, very young, and young people are just amazing. And she's $9.49. They're only the cheapest sub 100 is 133. That is very good in my opinion. I mean that's not very good. What I mean by that is 133 is, I don't think, is worth it. I would say, if you want to be typical typical, all right, 9 times or 850 times 6, okay, it's 48 plus 3, so it's $51. So typically a rare like Cassie Lang would be $51 for sub 100. But because I own 19 out of the 59 of them, it's going to add a little bit of a premium. So I'd say maybe even up to 100. 133, I just don't think I would do. Anywho, I think it depends what happens, but I hope that is a good. I hope Sandbox, that was a good answer for you. Tortoland says, have you asked recently for an OMI related interview with Rhys, Puddin' Cheeks, Mitch, Dan, etc.? No. I don't want to take away from what they're doing, and what they're doing is really great. I just don't want to take any time away from them from that. I do speak to Puddin' Cheeks every now and then, but we're friends, so it's not really like work related usually. And obviously on good terms with everyone. I love them. So I don't know how to say this. Obviously, Veve is my passion. Well, my passion is animal sanctuaries and animal conservation, but Veve is a big passion of mine. I've given years of my life to this company. I've given years of my life to. Veve has aged me. Like, I did not always look like this. I looked so much better when I was younger. Basically gave up retirement for Veve, and Veve is now at a point where, yes, me and other YouTubers have done the work. I've gotten whales in. I'll pat myself on the back. Veve would not be this successful without me. But that being said, my work here is pretty much done. David comes on, like, I'll continue doing the news, but over the next couple of months, everyone's gonna come in. Everyone's gonna go and be making videos on Veve, what they can do, what people will be going for drops, price readers. There's gonna be so many different content creators coming into this. They're not really gonna need me as much. And anything, Vivi's in a place now where they'll still go and they'll still go and they'll put out the news, and you're gonna have people like me that would go and report the news. Say, hey,
this is what they said, this is what the consequences of that is, this is what this really means, et cetera, et cetera. But they're going to come out with the news when they come out with the news. I don't want to go and put them in a position where they accidentally leak something and maybe it's not good. Now other YouTubers are going to want to do that, get them to slip up, get them to do whatever. I don't think it's smart to put them in that position. Now granted, if other people choose to come on, let's say like David, or anyone, if they just want to come on and have fun, they're more than welcome. I love them all. And I do want to get to can know a lot of them more as people. There's I feel bad commandeering a lot of their time, but a lot of what I really want to go and continue doing is to again, I love Rhys. I love drinking with him. I love hanging out with him. I love stroking his hair. But he's so busy. When we have time for that, that's our self time. Um, and I'd rather not take time away from Rhys's free time, which he has so little of. And I'd rather go and interview, the next step of Chavez, power broker, interviewing someone else. And I mean, how many times can these guys get on my show or anybody else's shows? We ask them the same question. Oh, hi guys. When's OMI gonna go up? When exchanges? Like I just don't. I think that's a little counterproductive. And again, there's always news to be had. There's always news that they're come out with. I'll always have the next 16-hour stream. I'm sure David will come on. I'm sure Rhys, Dan, whoever will come on. Um, but I will say that the next stage of Chavez is to continue getting on bigger whales, and yeah, I'll get him into Veve and I'll get him into OMI like I've been doing but it's about to be time within like the next 6 months. They're not gonna uh, they're they're not gonna need me to introduce them to OMI. They're gonna hear about it on their own. They'll search me out and they'll be like, oh, hey, according to that one website last week, oh, you're the top Akomi influencer. Part of the reason why I am is because not because I just interview everyone in the community, although I have. It's because I get on a lot of these bigger whales, a lot of people that are outside VV, and I bring them in, and that what I tried to set myself up as. Oh, hey, the OMI expert, OMI token, you're the one who I'm going to talk to, and all these people are going to want to come and talk to me. I was like, okay, you can do that, but you got to be on the podcast. I'll go and waive my fee. I'll waive an advisory fee, and I'll walk through everything. We'll do this, but you got to be on the podcast. Um, so again, I would anytime any member of the VV team wants to come on and just hang and chat, that's great. And maybe once they roll out some more stuff on OUP or the loyalty program, I'll get them on. It's like, hey, could you clarify this for us? That'd be great. Um, but I'm not actively trying to get the people on. Be like, okay, no. That being said, when I had David on last time, Jordan Rhys gave a big super chat. It's like, hey David, would you come on around the Akomiverse? He will come on probably mid-September, late September. So I'll definitely be there for that. Um, yeah, that's not tomorrow because tomorrow's Labor Day, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So it's all gonna be about. Ginferno says howdy. Ginferno, my collectibles, thank you so much with the super chat, saying show some love and appreciation for Randy. You are the man. I heart you. My collectibles says peace. Ian B says, how many OMI do you need to be class a whale? I'd say $100,000 worth of OMI. Yeah, I'd say about 100 million OMI, give or take. JKRB says, I thought Tinkerbell Ultra Rare in case Pixie Dust will have utility soon. Will it? I don't know. Will it? Superstar Money says just bought it. Talking about the Avengers Tower. Really great. Our side says don't forget poolside. Never forget poolside. Never forget. Colty says the gold and silver VV logo doesn't show up in the app when you search the VV logo. Can't even find it. What should we search? So what Colty is talking about, for those of you that are not that haven't tried, if you go to the market, fudge, I hate it when I do that. If you go to the market and you press the search button and you search VV, the logos will come up, but the gold and silver one doesn't. So what you guys are going to need to do is you open the app, you go to the market tab down there, you scroll down to where it says popular brands, and on those popular brands, you're just going to scroll, again, still under the popular brands tab until you see view all. And then once you view all, you're here, and you're going to scroll for a couple minutes, or like a minute, all the way down until you see Veve. You tap on the Veve thing, and then the gold and silver logo appears. It's the first one, and it's $4,200, 43, between there. And that's how you have to do it. And the reason they do that is because they want to disincentivize trading, meaning they don't want people to sell. People want to buy it, sure, because again, Dan and David are gifting this to you. And for people to say, oh, yeah, I'll take that gift, and they're going to sell it, it's just really not a good look. So, I told my whales, buy them as much as you can. Each one of my whales has at least one, except for, well, one, not my whales. Anyway, most of my whales have at least one. Some have multiple. And because they weren't given one by David and Ed, because they're not really big in the community, whatever. Although they put more into this app and they put more into OMI than a lot of others. Anyway, that's the only way you can get one. Our side says there are a few other items like that too, Cole. Yeah, the David Warhol, I think, is like that as well. Our side says Degen Dungeon and Battlestar Galactica emblem are two of them. Maybe because they were airdropped. Yeah, that might be it as well. This is annoying. I don't know, though. That definitely might be it because they were airdropped. Okay. And let's check on the logo real quick, though. 913 collectibles. I thought I'd just bought one. All right, anyway. Let's check on the logo and see what's going on. We have 4,425 doll hairs, so it is 4,400. The only really ones that I see that could be sold is the number 257 and the number 443 for 4,425 and 4,430 respectively. And if those sell, maybe someone buys this one for 5K. But if they FOMO, but outside of that, I really don't see it selling for 5,700 right now. Granted, you are going to need to go and this price will be tens of thousands of dollars in the future. But that's just my opinion. It's not financial advice. That's just me. All right, who be posting here? Biscuits saying, "Wow, I need to catch up." Oh, Biscuits. I tried to get her back on the podcast. She's been very elusive. Yo, Christopher Silva says, "Protect the mighties at all cost." And Christopher Silva going in and showing that he has every single Marvel mighty, which is no easy feat to do. It is not easy to get all the mighties. The one that maybe shouldn't be most expensive, but the one that is the scarcest is the Rocket. Let's go over here. Shoot. You don't want to do that. Okay. No. No. Oh my God. Why do I keep opening up different tabs that I don't mean to freaking open? Price we pay for the technology age, I tell you. But the Guardians of the Galaxy Rocket the Raccoon is the scarcest at 814 mints. I think there's actually less than that. And even with that, there's only 38 of them over on the app. 130 is the floor. And cheapest sub 100 is 175. Listen, if the floor is 130 and you can get a sub 100 for 175, well, I mean, I guess the next cheapest one is 210. It's only $35 cheaper, but still not bad. Anywho, that seems to be it. Let me just make sure on the actual YouTube there is no other live chat. There is not, so we're good there. We'll just do one more thing. We will check store and we will go, what's the next drop? Next drop, they haven't added, it is going to be Ronin. It is going to be first appearance of, Clint Barton, a Hawkeye as Ronin. So that'll be fun. And then we get... Oh, we got a new subscriber. Very nice. Good subscriber. All right. That'll be it. Everyone please comment, like, and subscribe. Comment's good for the YouTube algorithm. Ask me about Steve Cannon if you want it. Again, it is a 1 of 3. It has been signed by him. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashie. Bye-bye, Dashie. I love you guys. I am Binary Collector. Just requested 300 binaries. Jesus. Good stuff. Thanks for the super chats, guys. I love you. Bye. Meow. 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 Never mind.